Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 9 of FPL Hotline. We are back after the international break. How you guys feel? You excited for soccer to be back?
I mean,
Finally,
it feels
yeah.
kind of weird. It's been
Yeah,
2 weeks. I don't even know
yeah,
how my fantasy team did last week.
yeah, dude. I think
Yeah.
it's been like 2 weeks. It was a stupid international break, in my opinion. Still trying to figure out why they did that with the COVID and everything. We got a few players, infected and everything in FPL or having to quarantine, uh, being next to people who are infected. So yeah, pretty stupid international break. Some entertaining matches though, some good stuff to pick up on. So let's get into it all. But let's try to go back a little bit, 2 weeks to game week 4, and talk a little bit about how we feel about that and how we're feeling after the international break as well. So Tazz, you want to start us off?
Well, the international break actually helped me a lot, especially since my team did so poorly last game week that I finally, caved in and activated my wild card.
Oh, you did?
So this is something we'll discuss later on in the episode. But yeah, no, I kind of liked the 2 weeks. Kind of it was nice to use it because in the 2 weeks I kind of saw how players were during international break, especially DCL continued scoring streak, scored his first goal for England. So, that kind of made me happier bringing him in, even though he's kind of like a must own at this point. And then also, something the Chelsea voice for Germany kind of went off and kind of making me rethink if, about Werner, but I'm definitely not considering them, and something we'll discuss later on in the episode as well. But those are just kind of my takeaways from past
Yeah.
2 weeks.
C4, what are you feeling?
I'm feeling people overreacting to the Liverpool results. I'm feeling people wasting their wild card way too early, even though in Taz's case, he might need to use it to save his season already. But apart from that, looking at other people who use wild cards, Tomo, I feel pretty good about my Big 4 score.
Yeah, you're in a good spot. I think you're in first in our FPL Hotline League, correct? No, you dropped down to third
3
after
or
the last
4.
game week. Yeah, you're in third, but just a couple points behind, so no big deal. Yeah, so we got the De Bruyne. He was sent home from Belgium camp, right? Or he just didn't feature. So that's something to keep an eye on for sure. Any other like injuries? I know Kieran Tierney from Arsenal. There's a situation where he's like quarantining because somebody on the Scottish team had it, but he has the antibodies and he like is trying to prove to the Premier League that he's good to go. So that's something to keep an eye on for these next few days. But C4, you've been advocating all year for having a big bench, and so now it's coming in handy. You predicted this.
Exactly when you need it.
Yeah. I don't have it.
International break.
Yeah,
I mean, until the one in November.
Dude, why can we try to figure out like why they even did it? Like, it doesn't make sense to me at all. Yeah, but how much money? How much money do they really get from these games? Weren't a lot of them played behind closed doors anyway, or were there fans?
Well, Ukraine had 11,000 people.
Yeah, I know. I saw Ukraine had fans. That was a good 1-0 win.
As a relative benchmark, I know for the Canadian women's national team, them not playing any matches for the rest of 2020, they're losing roughly $26 million.
Wow.
So that's a popular soccer nation, and that's one that's not in Europe, and that's a women's team and not a men's team. So just
wow.
A couple of points.
I didn't realize it could be that much, even with that, with like reduced seating and stuff. That's crazy. Okay, so I guess we know why they did it.
Also, not take away from the Premier League, but one thing is that one thing I find interesting was Lewandowski chose to play for Poland instead of his club team for the cup game they have. So Poland played, I believe, yesterday and on Friday. So from Wednesday to Friday, and Friday, what's named Bayern play. So it's kind of I guess shows the importance of international break.
Yeah, it means a lot to certain players and not as much to others. But I didn't know that about Lewa. That's pretty cool. I respect that for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Ronaldo's got it. Liverpool had a couple cases. It's just like, it just doesn't make sense to me in the middle of a pandemic to be doing this. But let's hope everybody stays healthy and we don't have too many issues on our FPL side. I know the players' health comes first, obviously, but our FPL teams matter a little bit too. So it's good to see that it wasn't too bad. Out of Premier League players, Tierney's like the only one I can think of off the top of my head that was affected, that has to quarantine or might miss a match or something. I don't think there was any other big name, at least, because quite a few people own Tierney in FPL, so that's definitely something for them to worry about. Yeah. Anything else from the international break or from game week 4? What even happened in game week 4? I gotta go back a little bit here. I feel like it's been so long.
Liverpool got smacked.
Yes. Liverpool and United got smacked. I totally that slipped my mind for a minute. 7-2 Villa over Liverpool and 6-1 Spurs over United. That's crazy. Are you guys worried about Liverpool or United moving forward?
I'm not worried about Liverpool. United kind of have a tough start to the season, not performing so well. So, but I transferred out all my United. Well, I had a Rashford, but I transferred him out with my wild card, so I guess I'm not worried about him anymore.
Yeah. I mean, damn, both awful losses. Let's see what else happened here. Chelsea won 4-0 against Palace. Everton 4-2 over Brighton, so they continue their hot streak. 2 goals scored for Hamas and Calvert-Lewin again. Leeds tied City. Sterling scored. You must be happy about that, C4. I know you went with him. Let's see. Any other big results? I'm just trying to remember what happened here. I hate these international breaks. I missed the Prem last week for sure. I didn't know what to do with myself on the weekend.
Another thing, West Ham beat Leicester 3-0, so kind of ruined Leicester's somewhat hot streak in form, and West Ham kind of picked up form a little bit. So it kind of makes I believe even Suchek got an attacking return in that game.
I'm looking here. No, Suchek didn't. But he's a solid choice at 5. Antonio scored. That's big. Yeah. So anything else, or let's move on? Let's move on to the Aston Villa assets. Are they just a flash in a pan, or are they the real deal? C4, what do you think?
I'm not touching them.
No, not yet. How come?
No. I mean, it's Aston Villa. It's the team that some people thought were relegation back at the beginning of the year. We're still only 4 games into a pretty weird season. It turns out teams not having a real preseason, some inopportune international breaks. I think just give it until the next international break before you start saying Villa is for real. Same thing with Everton. I think Everton now going to be a straight sell-off. That's why I've already sold Hamas off for Pulisic this week.
So you're not even looking at Jack Grealish with 2 goals and 3 assists last week, 24 FPL points. That's pretty insane. That's a big haul. Tazz, how about you? You looking at any Villa players?
Yeah, actually, I was considering a couple of them. Especially, I was considering Martinez, their goalkeeper. I feel like I will get more into him about him and during my when I show off my wildcard team. But besides that, Jack Grealish is definitely somebody I'm considering. He's only played 3 games instead of 4, like most of the other players in the league, and he's still ranked one of the top midfielders for shots inside the box. He's kind of also the talisman for Villa. So if Villa did good, he's kind of doing good. So it's very rare to get those kind of players in a team where they're going to be consistently scoring, and the team scoring he's most likely going to be returning attacking returns. So I feel like he's a solid pick. Besides that, I wouldn't really touch anyone else from Villa.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their names here. I agree with you. I would consider Grealish, but can't get him into my team with my situation. But yeah, so just a flash in the pan for the most part. C4, you think
Yep.
Taz, you think they can build off of this big win and do a little something here?
Yeah, I mean, not even just this one big win. They started off the season pretty well. I believe they played against somewhat good teams, and even Liverpool. It could be just one bad game for Liverpool, but at the same time, this is I believe Villa is not going to be the same Villa they were last season.
Yeah.
But to jump on many of their assets, I feel like it's a little bit too early.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We forgot to mention we're missing Gash today. He's really upset that United didn't sign Jadon Sancho as he predicted and as he promised on this show. He was super confident, so he's probably just upset about that, and that's why he can't be with us today. So Gash, if you're listening, we miss you, buddy. Yeah, happy that United didn't get Sancho though, and even more happy that Arsenal signed Party. Not a big FPL asset at all, I don't think, but big for Arsenal and should help them improve that midfield. So yeah, shout out Gash, shout out Thomas Party. Just forgot to say that at the beginning. So let's move on from Villa assets to Tazz's wild card. Tazz, kind of take us through like why you chose to use it this week, and yes, why don't you tell us why you chose to use it this week before we'll go player by player.
Okay, so well, I was just really I was gonna hold off on my team, but I feel like this season more than ever, like the values of players are fluctuating so much that my team is kind of going down. And I was, if I did in a wildcard, I could have lost easily another $500,000 from some of my players going down value. So I just chose to I just chose to use my wildcard just to save kind of my team value for later on the season. Even now I found it a little bit difficult that if I make a couple transfers earlier on, I could have saved myself more money and gotten a little bit better of a player. But that's just like my main reason was not to lose any more team value. Then when building my team, I kind of had a few players that I knew I was gonna for sure get in, which is like Salah. Don't really need to talk about him, and then as well as like Everton, Rodriguez, and Calvert-Lewin. I believe even that they are facing Liverpool next. I think it's kind of for the more longer term until at least I'm hoping some of these key players will stay in my team. Obviously until at least I get my next wild card, which is after January when we get them. But yeah, so Salah, Rodriguez, and Calvert-Lewin were definitely going on my team. Then I definitely wanted Kane, and I could have built a team where I also have Sterling or KDB, but then the news about KDB came out that he might not be playing. It kind of left from Belgium early, so I was just like, let me not touch Man City for now. If I do want Man City assets, I could always bring in like Foden, who's gonna looking likely to start at what is he, like 6 million? So that's a great asset. So that's kind of like who I knew. That's like building my core right there. So then I had Son, who's like in form right now. Extremely dumb of me to transfer him out and not give him a longer chance when I did. I missed out.
You missed that huge game.
I missed out on 2 huge games, but yeah. So now after that, I'm kind of like, when I went through my defense, at first I had no Liverpool defender. I had I think it was Seiss, and I had Chilwell, and the rest was Kyle Walker-Peters and Justin. And then obviously I'm gonna keep Mitchell as my bench player, just 4 million solid. But then after thinking about it, I don't think Liverpool will continue this form. There should be a racking and clean sheet soon, and not even that. Like Robertson, Liverpool can lose, like not lose. They can like concede a goal, but like still like score 3 past the team, and there's high chances that Robertson will be involved in those goals. His stats look pretty much better than Trent's to start the season. That's why I took him over Trent, and at the same time saves me $500,000. And then I kind of looking at like the 4.5 million pound defenders. I really wanted to keep Justin. I feel like Leicester are gonna keep it good. Might upgrade him to a Lamptey from Brighton. So that's kind of like once Pereira comes back, that's gonna be my transfer. But want to watch Kyle Walker-Peters. He really impressed me. But I didn't want to double up on Southampton defender, so that's why I kind of went with Martinez. I think he's the next best thing, in that price range for a goalkeeper behind the Southampton keeper McCarthy. And then to round off, I kind of wanted at least one defender that was like 5 million around there. So I brought in Seiss. I have enough. If I do downgrade Pulisic to like a Grealish, I have enough to upgrade him to a better, more premium defender. But for right now, I'm more than happy with him. He has potential to return attacking, but as well as get the clean sheets Wolves, I believe, can get. Then going to my midfield, and my forwards, this is where I was kind of debating: do I want to play like a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2? And I kind of found like the best for me for right now to start off would be like with Brewster and Saint Maximin as those kind of like 2 players that I rotate between a 3-4-3 3-4-3 and a 3-5-2. I really like the look of my Kane and Calvert-Lewin up top with Son, Salah, and Rodriguez. And then I had Jack Grealish in this spot for Pulisic, but I think I'm still debating. There's a couple other options I'm considering, and a couple differential picks like Harvey Barnes, possibly even Zaha, but with Crystal Palace kind of not looking as good anymore, like is in form anymore. I'm kind of stay waiting for him, and I think I'm gonna jump on the little hype train behind Pulisic and pick him out. So, and then I think Brewster, he started. I think I'm gonna start him this week against Fulham for his debut for his team. I think he's a $4.5 million. I feel like I can play him on the bench and I won't be upset, and I can take. I'm taking the risk. He might not be starting for Sheffield as much, but if he does, I think for 4.5, he's a great risk reward type of player.
Yeah, I feel good about Brewster myself. That's a good pickup. I think he'll. I mean, if you look at the rest of their team, we were talking last episode about how bad Sheffield is and everything that's wrong with them. So yeah, I feel like he could. If anybody's going to score goals for them, I feel like it's going to be him. So that's a cool choice. Your Kane and Calvert-Lewin look great to me. I like your choice of Pulisic too, Captain America. Coming back. The only thing I'm like, you feel totally fine doubling up on Spurs with Son and Kane? I mean, I know they both had like a really, really good start, but there was a lot of doubt on them before the season. Right now, Kane is actually the highest scoring forward, and Son is the highest scoring midfielder. So they both have had amazing starts. But is there any concern for you doubling up on them?
No, not really. Two main things for that, because I feel like with them, I can with Kane. I feel like once Aguero comes back, if Kane does slow down, and Aguero hits the ground running, which a lot of us expect him to. He's always been he's returned multiple goals throughout the seasons. He's very consistent forward for Man City. So that's kind of a transfer that kind of I'm planning to do, and then I'll keep Son as my Spurs asset because I think Spurs will keep this momentum going. They did sign Bale. They also signed that other attacking player. I forgot his name. And I think I think Mourinho's slowly kind of building that to be more of an attacking team, and I can see both Son and Kane returning points for the short term at least for sure. But yeah, if Spurs do slow down, I can easily downgrade Kane to another striker, if Werner even picks up speed, and then upgrade Son. So that's just kind of like the
right. Or you can go Kane to Rashford, Kane to Martial if he starts picking up. Yes, you definitely have some flexibility there. Another question I had was Justin. There's been some talk about Justin, losing his spot in a few weeks. I know he's been excellent in the beginning, but there was like some doubt about that. Are you worried at all?
Yeah, no. So for the plan for Justin is that I want to keep him now. I think Leicester is looking pretty good, even though they had that 3-0 loss to West Ham. But when Pereira does come back, I'm gonna just transfer out Justin for Lamptey from Brighton. I think Lamptey is also a great shout. Or I might even downgrade him before my wildcard before this weekend to one of the Leeds fullbacks, Ailing and Dallas. I was looking at some stats, and they have underperformed significantly compared to some of the other defenders. And if they start kind of performing at like the expected points that they're expected to earn throughout the weeks, they're looking pretty good. I will also be saving myself the 0.1 million. So it's kind of like if I'm kind of planning to keep him, but I can for my plan for if he does get benched for Pereira when Pereira comes back from injury, which I believe is at the end of October, is for him to be transferred out for either the Leeds fullback or Lamptey. Right now, it's kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay, that makes sense. And I see you have a solid bench waiting. You invested into your bench a little bit. Is that a COVID concern, or is that just something you always feel like doing?
Well, no, I mean, if things are like, I feel like Brewster now, it doesn't feel so much as a bench player, but he is a £4.5 million player that we expect to start for Sheffield. So it's kind of like, besides that, Brewster and Mitchell, I got the bare minimum. From other bench players, it's either going to be Justin or Kyle Walker-Peters. I'm going to be rotating them depending on fixture. So it's kind of only $500,000 from the cheapest option. And then same maximum. It's just that I had him at 5.5. His price went down to 5.3, but I kind of didn't want to lose those 0.2 million because I believe his price gonna come back up. He's gonna return points. So I kind of just kept him. I could have easily switched him out for like if I went with a solid five man midfield. I could have went up with him for a 6.0 type of midfielder, but I just kind of I believe he's gonna rise back up in the price and he's gonna bring me back those that money lost right now from him.
Yeah, Newcastle just invested in him long term, right? They just signed him to an extension. Yep. C4, you got the details on that? I know that's your club.
6-year deal, I believe.
Wow. Okay, so they're confident in him. You guys are both confident in him. I'm not as of right now, but maybe that'll come back to bite me.
I mean, he scored an assist at Gameweek 4 against Burnley. So,
is he? I see he's got the little notification, the warning sign next to him. Is he good to go for this weekend?
75% chance, but you never know. So almost 25% chance and started. So
yeah, that's true. I don't pay much attention to the percent that FPL gives us. I listen for the managers.
Yeah, I guess depends on what they say during the media on Friday. That's why I'm kind of like, besides my core players, I'm still not sold on this team, and I'm going to be waiting until Friday night probably to solidify my team. So stick around. Make sure to check our Twitter if you guys want to see my finalized on Friday.
Yeah, definitely post it before you decide. But no, it looks good so far. I too use my wild card, so I know what it's like. Yeah, but I think you did good. All right, can we take that off the screen? We good? All right. Yeah. So, what else do we have that we wanted to discuss here? Oh, you know what? I had a couple of rapid fire news that came out. I just want to go over some news heading into this week. For Southampton, it looks like Armstrong is going to miss the Chelsea match. He officially is not making the trip, so that's something to keep an eye on. Will Thomas Partey play against Man City? What do you guys think? I mean, does that really even matter for FPL? Probably not.
I don't think to FPL it's relevant.
Yeah.
Even if he does, that's not a good fixture to happen for.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind, though, Partey is more of like a defensive midfielder, something that Arsenal's been struggling a lot with. But if he does solidify the Arsenal midfield, some of the Arsenal attacking assets might be looking more enticing if they can hold more possession with Partey. Even Partey can help out with the defense. Help Arsenal concede less goals. So it's kind of more of like he's not a direct FPL impact, but I think it's definitely something to see to put on the watch list as Arsenal's form is going to be coming up in the next couple of years to see how can they do.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think he's world class. I've obviously just been watching a ton of highlights, all those YouTube videos. Welcome to Arsenal. Or here's why Arsenal signed Thomas Partey, all those. So I've been watching those. He's not like purely a defensive midfielder like how you would think of like Fernandinho or something. He's more of like a defensive minded 8. He's comfortable dribbling the ball up. He's actually last year he outscored all the other Arsenal midfielders combined. I think he had 5 goals last season, and the rest of the Arsenal midfield had like 2. So he can bring some returns. He's only priced at 5.0, but yeah, definitely not something to keep an eye on.
Also, I just something to totally slip my mind when we're talking about Aston Villa assets was that Ross Barkley got transferred to Aston Villa. And,
oh shit, yeah.
And I was actually, I believe he comes in at a pretty cheap price of.
Was he at 5 or was he at 4.5?
He was at 6. He dropped down to 5.5. But there were some talks.
He's at 5.9 right now. He's at 5.9.
Yeah, 5.9 now. There are some talks of him possibly even taking the penalty kicks for Villa if he does start for them. He started in the match against Liverpool. He scored a goal for them. So it's kind of, somebody, if you want to, it's more of like a differential pick for a differential type of team as an Aston Villa. But, you're saving yourself almost a little bit over $1 million from downgrading Grealish to Barkley. Or, if you already have like a 5.5 type of bench midfielder they use as a sub, Barkley would be a great pick for that. Especially now, kind of, I see a lot of people have a lot of those more mid-tier, like 7 to like 8.5 million type of midfielders. they're performing so well compared to the premium assets that aren't returning as well right now, you can definitely find the funds to have like a Barkley.
See, like I
That was my
personally don't.
mention.
I personally don't feel Barkley, but like I don't know if he gets back to some of his old form. Playing a bigger role than he has the last few years at Chelsea, and if he is on penalties, like you say, if you want an Aston Villa player, if you're considering, that's not a bad shout. You definitely have more of a differential pick. Let's see, I got some more news here. Lamptey is back in training ahead of their match against Palace, so that's good. That's big. I have him on my team, so I'm excited for that. Anything else? No, that was it for like the main team news. We talked about Zaha real quick before he came up. Did you guys see what he said on Twitter? Somebody asked him like, should I add you to my FPL team? And he said no. So
that's how I'm feeling about him.
Take it how you will, but maybe he's just fucking with us, or maybe he knows something we don't. I mean, he's definitely just fucking with us. There's no way he would just say like, I feel like I'm going to be shit the next few weeks, like,
I don't know.
But he had a good start to the season. I don't know. All right, any other points you guys want to bring up before we kind of wrap it up and get into our captain picks? It's a little bit of a shorter episode. What's up?
If we can put everyone on notice, Sergio Aguero is probably going to be on the bench this weekend. Return of the FPL King.
Oh, yeah? So you think he'll get a little cameo, a little 30 minutes?
I think the next couple of games, he'll get a couple of cameo appearances. City's next 5 fixtures, I believe, aren't the greatest, so I don't think he's a must-win right off the bat, but just watch out.
The next few City fixtures are Arsenal, West Ham, Sheffield, Liverpool, and Tottenham. But then after that, it lightens up a little bit. That's by game week 10. You got Burnley, Fulham, West Brom. So, yeah. That's a good option. Are you looking at him yet, or you're going to wait and see how he progresses?
Before this episode, I made a master plan of how I can get him in my team. No, this is a big brain move.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So this week I'm going to bank my transfer. Next week I'm going Alex now. I'm going TAA to James. The week after I'm going Podence to Suchek. The week after that I'm going Adams to Brewster. Then game week 10 I'm going Kane to Vardy and Mitrovic to Aguero.
Wow. You're weeks ahead, man. Wow. Yo,
that
Vardy
depends a lot on price changes though too.
Yeah.
I have 0.4 wiggle room.
Okay. That should stop. That should save you.
That's a good comfy.
Vardy and Aguero together, that's exciting. Especially, I think Vardy's got a good stretch around then too. Good stretch of games.
I think they have Fulham in back-to-back weeks.
Let's see. You said week 10? Yeah, week 10, Vardy's up against Fulham, and then the week after, City will go up against them. Vardy's run in week 10 is Fulham, Sheffield, West. Oh, they kind of have like a similar run of games in that stretch. Yeah, they're playing like the same few teams weeks like 10 to 15. That's interesting. 2 premium strikers. I've been trying to get Vardy back in my team as well. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, that's a good plan. Hopefully it works out for you though. You got to be lucky with some injuries.
Hopefully you copy paste it.
What's up?
Hopefully you guys don't copy paste it.
Honestly, it sounds a little too complicated to even remember. I might have to like run this episode back and listen to it. Nah, but that's cool. Tazz, anything else you want to add before we get into our captain picks? This is kind of a short episode. I feel like we don't have Gash here talking. Gash always must takes up a lot of time, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nothing else.
All right. So let's get into our captain picks for the week. C4, who gets the armband for you this weekend?
You want to take a guess?
Do I want to take a guess? Let me look at your team again, just to familiarize myself. I do want to take a guess. Let's see. You have Kane, Salah, Sterling, and James that you could captain. I feel like...
No, I don't have James anymore. I have Pulisic now.
Okay. James is out. Let's see. What are the... Are you gonna go Kane? Kane against
Yep.
West Ham? Yeah, that's a
Everything
good
gets
shout.
armband.
That's a good
He's the
shout.
best captain option overall for this week.
The thing that's been so great about him this year is like his distribution as well. I mean, he's always been a very, very good passer, but now he might be like the best passing forward in the world.
I'm swinging for him and Gareth Bale, his first appearance for Spurs, to just have that sweet link play in the second half.
See, I feel like the Bale's a very, I don't want to say like a selfish type of player, but if he's like next to the goal, he's gonna take a shot instead of trying to pass into Kane. So that's like my kind of only thing that I would say goes against Kane, and that's why I think Salah will be probably the better choice. Everton are in form, but they have conceded goals in their home matches, and can't go wrong against Salah. Even getting smashed 7-2, he's still converted points, and he's always on penalties, so it's kind of a safer pick.
You forgot one thing though. It's Salah away. All the superstitions.
What'd you say?
It's Salah away, not Salah at home.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So I am between Salah and De Bruyne, and you know what? I'm kind of considering Jimenez as well at this point. Like this is going to be a tougher captain week. My thing is I always captain KDB against Arsenal, as much as it hurts, because he kills us every time. And it makes me feel a little better watching him kick our asses, and then just knowing it's good for FPL. It helps me a little bit. But with his injury doubt this week, I don't know. Salah away against Everton is a little scary. You're right. You don't like seeing that A next to Salah's name. You'd rather see a nice H for home. Jimenez, though, is an interesting pick, I think, against Leeds. Is that a home match? No, it's away as well. Yeah, so if De Bruyne is healthy, I'll give it to him. If it sounds like he's going to start, he'll get the armband from me. And if not, then it's a toss-up between Salah and Jimenez. I'll have to make that up at the last second there. So C4, you're going Kane. Tazz, you're going Salah. And I'm going KDB if healthy. And then if not, maybe Jimenez. So, yeah. Anything else, guys? We're only at like 30 minutes. I don't know. Usually Gash must really talk a lot. He adds like 20 minutes to the episode himself.
Oh, wait, we didn't do like a very takeaway segment.
That's true. It was a little too far away for us to remember.
Yeah, it was just 2 weeks. It was just like, plus nothing really like everything that happened 2 weeks ago I feel like was irrelevant, and nothing significant happened over the international break. So it's kind of a weird transition. But I mean, I feel like maybe we'll see it. Maybe shorter episodes do better.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Do you guys want extra content right now?
What?
Tazz, I'm going to help you out. You still have time to change your wild card. Right now, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Here's how you make it a 10 out of 10 wild card.
All right. Let's see.
Get rid of that there. Okay, first, no Everton double up. You're getting rid of that. You're getting rid of both Everton assets. Everyone's looking at lead form in like 5 weeks. But now, everyone's going to start falling off a cliff. You want to get rid of those. You want to save yourself transfers for the next couple of weeks. So at most, pick one, then like diversify right there.
All right, so I'll pick Calvert-Lewin. Who do let's say get rid of Rodriguez. Who do I get?
If you were getting rid of Rodriguez, I would get Zaha. Crystal Palace have really nice fixtures.
Yeah, but Zaha looked quiet for the past 2 games, and Crystal Palace haven't returned a goal in like 2 games or 3 games. I think have they scored. I don't think they have scored since the first game. Yeah, they lost 4-0.
No, I'm pretty sure Zaha has 3 goals, I think, already. Yeah, he scored 3 times. He scored against Southampton, and he scored twice against Man United.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at those pictures. I think he's a good mid-priced midfield option. Because when you really have Pulisic, I think buying him at 8.3 right now is a really good thing. If I hadn't listed my transfer on board and say last week, I think I would have brought in Son for Sterling too. I think that's a good double up to have the next couple of weeks. The only thing I wouldn't have been able to figure out is how do you deal with getting Son and Kane both out right away when their fixtures turn to shit. And then in defense, I like how you've kind of made Mitchell now your fifth defender. You don't really have to rely on him, especially considering now Patrick Van Arnholt's back, and there's potential he would take Mitchell's spot within the next couple of weeks. If I was playing a wild card right now, I would just gamble on switching Mitchell out for Ferguson, just because when he's healthy, it looks like by all accounts he'll be the starting 4.0 defender of Crystal Palace.
See, yeah, that's the thing though. Like, that's a gamble now, but I'm also gambling that some people are. I read that it could be even like Patrick Van Aanholt starts up higher up as a left mid, and they keep Mitchell because he's somewhat played decent, and he's also at 4.1 right now. If he increases by another 0.1 million, I get the 0.1, and I know it sucks to waste a transfer on a bench defender. But if that saves me that 0.1, that kind of the value that I lost in my team so far, I could. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Mitchell's also somebody that I'm considering. I was considering before when my wild card to switch into Ferguson, but that's something that I don't know. I'm 50-50 about it.
When is Ferguson supposed to be back?
I think at the end
of the month. He's training already.
Okay. I'm just looking here at some Man City news about De Bruyne. They're saying that De Bruyne is a doubt, and there's also concerns over Sterling with his hamstring issue. We forgot to talk about that. C4, are you worried about Sterling's hamstring issue?
No. He left the camp early. I think he was playing a little bit of theatrics. He was hemming it up. I think he'll be good.
Okay, yeah. So it looks like De Bruyne is in worse shape than Sterling. Either way, I could see this being a bit of a goal fest this weekend.
You already used your transfer this week?
Yeah, I used it immediately. I used it during game week 4. I brought in Jimenez before his price went up. But I might have to take a hit because I don't know if De Bruyne is not playing. That hurts for me to leave 11.5. But then I don't know. I guess it depends. I don't know. I might have to take a free hit somewhere. We'll see. I don't think so though.
I'm just looking at your team. I have to go down the leaderboards.
Sounds like somebody's at a train station. What's that? You guys hear that?
You can probably get away with playing.
I think it's my phone
too.
What'd you say, C4?
You can probably get away with playing a 4-4-2 this week and just bench De Bruyne and see how it is.
Yeah, that's probably my plan. I mean, I feel good about my midfield all the way across. I still trust in Podence moving forward. Yeah, I don't know. I do regret not having a Spurs asset at the moment with their fixtures coming up, but I think maybe my Arsenal bias got in the way a little bit of that. It hurts me to root for a Spurs player in any capacity. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to say. I know it's been a kind of a weird episode without Gash.
I'm just going to say my battery's at 3%, so I definitely have nothing left to say.
All right, so I guess it's a good spot. We'll end it here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks Tazz and C4. I know we've been slacking on the social media posts a little bit, but we have plans to get that back up and running more solid. So make sure you follow us there at FPL Hotline on all platforms. Subscribe to us on YouTube. New episode every week. And yeah, anything else? No? All right. Thanks everybody for listening. Have a good night. Good luck this week. And peace.
See you guys.